Today, on 100 Yards of Football, on the NFL Legend Special, we go to the defensive leader of the Crimson Tide's 1961 National Championship football team. And in 1962, he was an All American. And in 63, he became a first round draft choice of the Dallas Cowboys. Vincent Turner goes in to Tuscaloosa along with Leroy Jordan, the all-world linebacker of the Dallas Cowboys and Alabama Crimson Tide, here on 100 Yards of Football.
If you like the video today, please come in and share it. As the gentleman just mentioned, I'm Vincent Turner of 100 Yards Football. Special thanks to my producer who's making it happen today, Mr. Logan Landers. Roll Tide, Alabama. Leroy Jordan, Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, All-American in 1962, All-SEC in 1962, Orange Bowl MVP. Skill set as a linebacker for 13 years with the Dallas Cowboys. Explosion, reaction, key and diagnose, instincts, burst, range, pursuit, lateral quickness, all A pluses. 32 career interceptions in the NFL. But the thing that I remember Leroy Jordan about, playing at Alabama and being part of that 61 national championship team, the first under the great Paul Bell Bryant, and what he had to follow, what he had to lead up to, and live up to, that came before him. Don Hutson, 1934. Johnny Kane, 1931. Johnny Mack Brown, 1926. Harry Gilmer in the 40s. Bob Starr, Super Bowl MVP 1 and 2. But when I remember Leroy Jordan and doing my research, he became known in that 1962 Orange Bowl. President John F. Kennedy was at the game live, and they had a sophomore quarterback everybody was looking at by the name of Joe Willie Namath. Chinchilla guaranteed a Super Bowl in 1969 with the New York Jets. That's what everybody was there to look at. But Joe Namath was part of that 61 team that epitomizes Leroy Jordan. Unselfishness, discipline, smart, and could adapt. Because you know what? Leroy Jordan was the MVP of that game. And he had 31 tackles. NBC National Championship President John Kennedy at the game. Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide. But the thing that stuck out to me about Leroy Jordan, that he was always solid as a rock. And part of that 61 team at Alabama, it was no question when Tom Landry drafted him that he was going to be the football player and represent the Dallas Cowboys. See, Paul Bryant had this about Leroy Jordan. His famous saying, he said, Leroy was one of the most outstanding and maybe the best linebacker I ever coached at Alabama. But he said if the ball was in the stadium, whether it was in the concession stand, the bathroom, up in the fourth row, Leroy Jordan was going to find it. And he was going to bring pain. Special football player, man. Then he went on to the Dallas Cowboys. 32 interceptions, 1,026 career tackles. But the game I remember him more, the Cincinnati Bengals in 1973. 13 years old watching him play. And he had 3 interceptions in the first quarter. He was special, man. He's a middle linebacker. Not only he had great diagnose skills and reaction skills, read and react, but he also could find the football, 32 career interceptions. Then getting back to that 61 team at Alabama, the one that set the tone, the one that really protocoled his career in the National Football League. Think about who was part of that 61 team, the first Alabama National Championship team under Bill Bryant. Bill Battle, Tennessee. Billy Neighbors, Darwin Hope, Charlie Pale, who went on and became the coach at Clemson in Florida. Richard Williamson, who went on and became the coach at the University of Memphis. And they had a reserve by the name of Mickey Andrews, defensive coordinator down at Florida State for so many years. Deion Sanders, Leroy Butler, Terrell Buckley. Leroy Jordan was on that team, and he came up with them. So it was no surprise when he finally won the Super Bowl and was a mainstay of that 71 Dallas Cowboy team. All the great players, Dwayne Thomas, Kelvin Hill, Walt Garrison, Ralph Neely, Rayfield Wright, Mel Renfro, Dwayne Thomas, Chuck Howley, Cliff Harris. Then as he was going out of doing 76, part of that team that had Thomas Hollywood Henderson, Randy White, Drew Pearson, Roger Staubach, Preston Pearson, Billy Joe Dupree. It was great to be a Dallas Cowboy fan at that time. But make no bones, the guy that played a real role in that was the man out of Excel, Alabama, Leroy Jordan. 1961, that man had to live up on a lot of expectations. Committed to Alabama and played for Paul Bear Bryant. And to be honest, that 61 team set the tone for the University of Alabama or where their program is at today. And one more person that played an integral part of that 61 team, Pat Trimble. The quarterback was steady. Ended up going to become a doctor, but yielded to that terrible disease, cancer. But at the end of the day, Leroy Jordan was part of that 61 team. And then he ended up becoming a Dallas Cowboy and becoming one of the greatest organizations of all of football. But one thing about Leroy Jordan that I remember, he was hard-nosed, very productive, knew the game, and played the game like it should be played. Hard-nosed, no prisoners taken. Listen to the words, what I say one more time before I end the video today. His head coach, Paul Bear Bryant, said he's probably the greatest linebacker I coached. But if the ball is in the stadium, Leroy Jordan gonna find it. One more time, whether it's in the concession stand, whether it's in the bathroom, whether it's on the fifth row, up in the bleachers, he gonna find it. 31 tackles in the 1962 Orange Bowl against Oklahoma. 3 interceptions in the first quarter in the 1973 game against Cincinnati. And finally, a Super Bowl champion. The University of Alabama Roll Tide. Y'all should be proud of Leroy Jordan. And then, even after his playing days, he's got one of the most prosperous lumber companies in the state of Texas. He had a vision, man. Played under great coaches and then became a great businessman. Leroy Jordan. Dallas Cowboys. Roll Tide. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. Special thanks to my producer, Mr. Logan Landis. to my man, the voice, Mr. Mark Bass. The only way, in my final words, I can think about Alabama, Leonard Skinner, sweet home Alabama. Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home to see my kin. Singing songs about the Southland. I miss Alabama once again. And I think it's a sin. Leroy Jordan was a sin as a linebacker at the University of Alabama. And then he went on to a very, very prosperous and great career with the Dallas Cowboys. God bless. Thank you for watching 100 Yards of Football today.